What you're looking at right now is a big old birch tree in the morning sun. And the reason I'm filming it is to have a look at how far it has progressed. I'm looking for small leaf buds, but I'm not seeing any. That tells me it's not yet time to prune my roses. We have a saying here in the south of Sweden, which is you prune your roses when the buds of leaves on the birch are as big as mouse ears. But there are no mouse ears on this birch yet. Probably not for at least 1 week, probably 2. So that will be in the end of April. So today's video will be a very short tour of the garden as it is today. I think it's 10th of April. We have glorious spring weather, even though it's a bit cold at night. It's very clear, so it's almost freezing at night. Most of the bulbs have appeared, and some of the perennials are starting to look up, but it's still early days here. So I'll just take you through the garden very quickly, just to have a look at how it appears now, and to have a baseline with which to compare the progress during the coming weeks. I expect there to be lots of things happening during the next 2 weeks or so. And then I will make a couple of close-ups to look in focus on some different perennials. And I will also tell you a bit about my ongoing greenhouse project. Now, this bed I worked on in a previous recent video. I worked some more on it since, and now I think it's turned out really well. With the help of my wife, of course, I had to redo much of what I did to make it look good. And as I said in that video, I didn't trust myself to design it well, and I couldn't, it turned out, but my wife could. So I just followed her instructions, and I think it's really nice. And I'm really looking, I think it looks really nice, not even planted, but of course it will be a treat to plant it up with rockery style plants and alpine plants mostly. Here's the the greenhouse project. More on that in a moment. Here's my quince, as you can see. Really cute buds coming along nicely there. And the dogwood, cornus, I think it will look great this season as well. Well, I'll get back to those. The rhododendron bed that I planted late last fall. Some of the plants look a bit scraggly after a harsh winter. I hope they all survived. There are a few that I'm a bit anxious about. The raised conifer bed. I've noticed that some of the non-conifer things that I put in here have started to spread. I'm not sure if I want that, but I will monitor it during this season. The gravel garden is ready to be planted up. I've ordered everything. It's on its way. This bed I filled with so much seaweed in January that I think some perennials have a hard time finding their way up to the surface. The same in this one. And in this one as well. maybe you can see some new pots that I bought just the other day. I will tell you a bit more about my trip a couple of days ago. I bought 10 pots in total for about half the price that they would have cost me locally. There's another one. Here are 3 more. That's my winter sowing coming along. In a few crates, stuff are happening. In others, not so much. I'm trying to dry them out a bit now and give them more sun. There's just yet another pot. Here is another one. It's kind of a faux Roman Greek style pot. And here is yet another one. Okay. This is the autumn bed. Now we're back on the front. As you can see, I've put out quite a lot of topsoil on the lawn. And I think it has definitely started to grow now, even though it's cold at night. This tree I'm thinking of replacing with a cherry tree. I'll give it one more, or a couple of months at least. But it looks quite scraggly. I'm not really happy with it. So I would want a cherry tree here. Yeah, and I've broadened the borders around here. Things are looking up. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at some of the things. So here at the front, below the crabapple tree, we have a Veronica poking up. Looked really, really good last season. And also a primula, a primrose, starting to look nice as well. In this bed I have several other things which haven't shown up yet. There's a moss phlox over there in the corner, and then I have 2 what are these called? These invasive things, these creepers. I'm not sure if I will keep them. I'm afraid that they will take over. I've just spent so much time getting rid of all the ivy at the back, so I don't want to struggle with more. We have a thalictrum, which didn't really get to a good start last season. Let's see how it fares this one. That looks like a geranium of some kind. Here are some primrose I just bought the other day and put down. Some dianthus, another primrose. I can't remember what this is. This bed is also new. I dug it out just a week or so ago. I've transplanted some heather from the winter pots. They look really nice. There's some more spirea transplanted from another place. There's a forsythia also transplanted. And this is virgin ground for new plantings. I put it down as skimia here, also from my winter pot. I hope it will like it here. Here we have a Japanese maple, which has struggled for the last 2 years. I'm not sure what it doesn't like. Probably the thuja competing for resources. Otherwise, this should be an ideal spot. This is the hero of the garden, my lovely great juniper. And as you can see, the roses are starting to bud up nicely. I will try to prune them a bit harder than I usually do. I always say that, but then I lose my nerve and I don't anyway. Quite a lot of daffodils now and some hyacinths over there. But the tulips, well, I think I see beginnings of tulips. Yes, definitely. Here they are. Some early tulips coming around there. This old spirea I'm thinking of replacing with a big hydrangea, Wims Red. Could you imagine? I think that would be the perfect spot for it. Morning and noon sun, and then shade in the afternoon. One or two big ones, up to 6 feet, deep red, here in the corner, facing out on the street. That would be something. So let's see if I am callous enough to remove this old spirea. This climbing rose seems to be doing well. Just wish it got a bit more sun. And here we have a hydrangea, which is coming along really nicely now. This is exciting. This is the most shady part of the whole garden. It gets hardly any sun at all. Last season I planted some ground covers, and they seem to have spread quite a lot. They didn't really do much last year, but now it seems that this season they will really cover this area. And I don't know what I will do with this little patchy grass. I think it will go away by itself if I use this as a footpath enough. But as you can see on the other side of the conifers, there's a whole lot of sun. I'm thinking of transplanting a sedum there, which I will show you shortly. Here in the harsh sun, I have put down some sedum since last year. Also have a number of artemisia, and then a tarragon that I used for cooking last year, which seems to, and then I planted it out in autumn, and it seems to be coming back nicely. That's always a bonus. Also, actually, further down this border, my not parsley, what's it called? Chives. My chives have come back. That's amazing that they overwintered. I will show you those in a moment. Here we have forget-me-nots, self-seeded. And here are a lot of things starting to poke up. All of these go in shades of pink, lilac, blue, purple, all the way here. These are my climbing roses, number of trees, and this is Rosa rugosa, white ones, really hardy, lovely hedge roses. And this is the Rockery as it looked last year. Well, it looked really, really good last year. It seems that quite a lot of things have struggled during the winter, so let's see how many of these things come back. Otherwise I will replace them. The lavender looks wonderful from far away. I really love this plant. I think some of the heathers have died as well. There's a, can you see this? Pulsatilla. I really love those. There are some other sedums and stuff here. And then also big, high perennials in shades of blue, purple, lilac. Here are some dwarf daffodils coming up. I don't know if they will survive the work in progress here. And here is also a sedum, and there are the chives. That's amazing. Lilacs, of course, they grow like weeds here. Fat buds. They're not long. It's not long before they will You can see I'm digging out this area to make room for the greenhouse and all the stuff that goes with it. I planted a lot of nice stuff around here. This was shady before. There's a lot of heucheras, coral bells, and ajugas, and dicentras, and pulmonaria, brunnera, ornamental ginger, some crocosmia. This is a kind of, it's not a pieris, it's a andromeda, but I think it's related to the pieris. Here's a peony poking out. It hasn't bloomed for several years, but still. And there's a lot of things apart from the bulbs all the way. And I'm going to transplant this as it takes off. I will transplant all of this to the new shade area at the front. And then I will cut down and remove this forsythia. Maybe my neighbor will be willing to put it over there in the corner. It would be a shame to just throw it away. Some grasses are coming, but not in this bed yet, it seems, apart from the regular grass. This is the white bed, and it's really a success. A lot of different white plants complementing each other in here, but the grass hasn't. There's no green, what I can see at all yet. There is a geranium that's started to grow. There is a sedum which I may transplant today, actually. This is strange. This sedum really enjoys this spot, even though it's very, very shaded. It's very strange. Here are some tulips on their way. These look a bit exotic, I must say. My white weigelas are really thriving here. I love them to death. Oh, that pieris doesn't look good at all. I really hope it pulls through. This rose really needs some TLC. I love this Mugo pine, and I love its position here between the two rocks. It's really, really statuesque. I love this. Can you see the filipendula here poking out of the bark chippings? In Swedish, it's called American moose grass. I'm trying to build up a woodland area here with epimediums and ferns and filipendula and astilbes and stuff. But I'm not sure how much of the things I planted here last year is coming back. One of the 4 climbing hydrangea I put in last year. They seem to be full of life. Maybe I should fertilize them. I fertilized everything else, but I forgot to fertilize these. These are the maple. It's seeding. It's very good at sending out seeds and putting down new shoots everywhere in the garden. Here's a grass that's taking off. I know grasses have very, very different growth habits. Some grow in cold, some grow in warm weather. So this is taking off nicely now. This, I think, is some kind of weed that I just left to see what it is. If you know what it is, please tell me. I will leave it for a while and then we'll see. Now, as I said, I really hope everything pokes out of this seaweed soon. I have a lot of nice high perennials here. There's some buds on the shrub. What's this shrub called in English? It's called a paradise shrub in Swedish. Some violas and campanulas. There's even a peony poking up here, even though this is not a good place for it. Here are alchemillas, 3 on this side, 3 on the other side. This is a what's it called? I cut it down too early in winter, but there is new green growth in here. There's another grass coming along now. There's a grass which hasn't shown any sign of green yet. And then we have perovskia, 3 of them. And then I usually put in a dahlia in here in the middle. These are asters. Here are a lot of I forget the names of things. Echinaceas. A lot of echinaceas in here as well. A lot of other stuff as well. And there's a clematis, some shrubs, some roses. And here is an iris. This is a, what's it called? E something. I can't remember. And there's also something which grows really large. My homemade bench for the porch. And this is my homemade table. The reason they're standing on the lawn is because I have washed the porch, because I will paint it, put on 2 new coats of lacquer, just let it dry out for another day or so. Okay, so that was it for the tour. I will show you, I have ordered the greenhouse now. I will show you a picture of it, and I will take some pictures of this area now, so that when everything is complete, we will be able to see the before and after shots. This is a lot of work, but in a month or 2, this area will be absolutely amazing. So, for posterity.